This morning, we're going to be talking about how to sponsor a new distributor effectively. How to sponsor a new distributor effectively. And this is one place where a lot of people have challenges. A lot of people. You sign up somebody into the business and you just let the person die off. So if you really want to take your business to the next level, you want to pay rapt attention to the content of this training this morning. This is the Masterclass 502. You want to pay attention to the content of what we're going to discuss here today. And I'll go right into it. How to sponsor a new distributor effectively. And I call this power sponsoring. Power sponsoring, right? That means you sponsor someone like a champion does, and you create amazing results for yourself. So, how to sponsor a new distributor effectively? First thing first, what is sponsoring? What is sponsoring? Sponsoring refers to the process of recruiting someone, enrolling new individuals, and these new individuals are people who call your downlines, your teammates, into your network marketing organization. Now, that is not just all. It is not just in you recruiting them, but that's where it starts. We call somebody, when you recruit somebody, we tell you that you have sponsored that person. And some people tend to ask, but so do I pay for him if I sponsor him? No, you don't pay for him. Sponsoring has nothing to do with the payment. It has everything to do with who you are to that person you've just brought in. So when you sponsor somebody, you become the person's mentor. That mentor is who we call the sponsor. You begin to provide guidance to the person. You provide support and training to the person to help them succeed in our business. A sponsor is someone who is working with you to help you succeed. And we'll understand more about that, right? Let's look at another way we look at sponsoring. By the way, sponsoring is a fundamental skill that needs to be developed and continually improved upon. And it comes down to leadership. John Maxwell made it very clear. John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership. Good leadership is all about leading by example. We've talked about leadership twice, and we talked about leading by example over and over and over again. That is setting the bar for others to aspire to. A good leader or sponsor does what needs to be done consistently when they feel like it, whether they feel like it or not. That's who a sponsor is. You are not a fair weather sponsor. You're not somebody who sponsors when things are good. You're not somebody who sponsors when the person you are sponsoring is responding to treatment. You're somebody who sponsors no matter what is happening. Provided the person shows up to be sponsored, you do what needs to be done, whether you're in the mood to do it or not. Sponsoring is the art of getting a person started in the business well, ensuring they are properly guided, ensuring they are well trained, and they are able to do the business without your direct input. And there are 3 stages you go to, right? You take somebody through in the course of sponsoring. The first stage is the dependent stage. In the dependent stage, it's all about the person depending on you to do everything, right? To do everything for him. So you are the one doing everything in the dependent stage, teaching him what to do. Then the person moves from the dependent stage to the independent stage, where the person no longer needs you and can be able to do those things for himself. Of course, you monitoring what the person is doing, but now the person is doing it well, right? And then it goes to the interdependent stage, where people now depend on this person to work with them. So that is typically how sponsoring goes. And if you want to build a good business, you must devote time in starting and sponsoring your people very well. So who is a sponsor? A sponsor is one who directly recruits someone into their business and is responsible for training and working with that person. That is who a sponsor is. So when you sign up somebody into this business, that person is your responsibility. That person is not the responsibility of your upline. If your upline does anything for you, your upline is only helping you. But it is not the job of the upline to come and work with the people that you have brought into the business. That is why you want to pay attention to your business as you do your business. Because if you pay attention, you will learn what needs to be done, and you will do what needs to be done to give your team the advantage they need. There is nothing as I won't use the word senseless, but it approaches it very well as someone who has been in the business for a reasonable period of time. I use the word reasonable period of time, right? And then that person is busy chasing his upline all over the place to do things for him. You have been with us in the business 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and you're chasing your upline. Come and make call for me. Come and talk to the person for me. Come and do this for me. Come and do that for me. It means you are not learning. It means you're not learning. So for those of you who have been in the system for long enough, and you are still one of those who go about doing that, I just want to tell you that you're a liability to your upline. So you need to understand what you are talking about. That means you need to, and for those of you who are fresh, subject yourself to mentorship. Let the people who brought you in guide you. Now, even if that person joins one day before you, he's still your sponsor. He knows something you don't know. And let me tell you what he knows that you don't know. He knows more people in the business doing well than you do. He knows more. So he can connect you into their training line, and he's still your sponsor. He's still responsible for mentoring you, right? So let us examine some key points to understand about sponsoring in network marketing. Number one is building a team. Building a team. I will still come back and I will now tell you exactly how we sponsor in our team. Network marketing is based on building a team of distributors who sells the company's products or services and recruit others to do the same. Sponsoring involves actively seeking and enrolling individuals into your team, new individuals into your team. That's what sponsoring is. So every day, you must work on building and expanding your team. You must work on teaching your people to build and expand their team, because that is where the business is. Any business without customers is not a business. It's just a joke. And your team, the people who come into your business, are the customers who make purchases and from whose profits the company pays you. So you need to understand that clearly. The number one concept you need to understand, key point you need to understand about sponsoring network marketing is that you are here to build a team with your new downline. You are here to build a team with your new downline. Nothing more, nothing less. Every other thing we do in the business is around building a team with this new person who comes into our business. Number two is relationship building. Relationship building. Remember what they said? People only join people they know, like, and trust. It's as simple as that. People don't join companies, people join people. Sponsoring is not just about recruiting people, it's about building relationships and creating a sense of trust and rapport. Rapport means the person is able to communicate with you, and that's why they will join you. So now when you bring somebody into the business, you want to create rapport with that person. You want to create a communication channel with that person. You want to create a like factor with that person so that you can be able to work with this person to help the person blow, help the person develop, help the person produce the fruits therein. So you see, effective sponsors invest their time in understanding the goals, motivations, and challenges of their teammates. That's why we tell you, what is your why? Why did you join this business? How many people even ask that questions when people join them? Those are fundamental questions we saw in the IPO, your why. Why did you sign up into the business? Know that, key into it with the person and help the person achieve that. The third key point is sharing opportunities. The job of the sponsor is to help the new teammates share the business opportunity to their people. That's what they do. Your job, you want to help your new teammates share this to their people. You want to highlight the advantage of people joining your team, and you want to emphasize the training and support system we have in our team as one of the reasons why they will be successful. That is why when we do the close down, the offer close down, we tell you what we do with you. The quick start guide, this, we mention these opportunities, and these are available for you. So it is your job as the sponsor to help your new teammates share the opportunity with others so that they too will build their own team. Number four, training and support. Once a person joins your team as a sponsored teammate, it is crucial to provide them with training and ongoing support. Sponsors guide their new teammates through product training, business strategies, prospecting techniques, personal development, and help them grow and succeed in the business. Sponsors are the ones that guide their teammates into trainings. You have the Kingsman's Academy running. How many people you sponsored are in the Kingsman's Academy as we speak today? How many of them? You sign up people and you are not tracking their progress through the Kingsman's Academy. It means you are not a good sponsor. And the truth is this: if you are not a good sponsor, you cannot make money. You just cannot make money in the business. It is that simple. If you observe those who are doing well in the business, these are the people who have invested time to develop their teammates, to train them, to plug them into the proper channels where they should be at all points in time. These are the people that produce the results they need in their business. So I ask you again, all those people you've signed up into your team, at what stage of the Kingsman's Academy are they? At what stage? Have they even been enrolled? Have they finished week 1? Have they gone to the 2nd week? Have they gone to the 3rd week? Are you aware of their progress through the Kingsman's Academy? If you are not aware of their progress, you need to go back and restart. If not, you're going to be playing a game of addition and subtraction, Network marketing is multiplication. It's not addition and subtraction. Those who play addition and subtraction eventually quit. They quit because they don't have a business. It becomes tiring. It becomes another job. Number 5, duplication. And this is one of the core principles in network marketing. Duplication says, now you have joined my business. I am going to teach you how to sponsor others the way I sponsored you. And you want to create a culture of duplication in your organization because you are not the one to recruit yourself to financial freedom. You will burn out. The money that will make you rich is not in your pocket. The money that will make you rich is in the pocket of other people. So unless you duplicate, you cannot get that money we are talking about. Duplication involves expanding your network and increasing the success level of your team. Eric Cody said, our job in our business is to build a network, 1, and number 2, improve the value of the network. And you improve the value of your network through trainings. When you teach your people how to do what you have done, when you plug them into a system that we use, you teach them how to do the system, you promote the system, you protect the system, you teach the system as a culture in your organization, guess what? You are going to have duplication. Number 6, leadership development. Like I said at the beginning, everything rises and falls on leadership. Your team can only grow to the degree to which you can grow. If you recruit people and you don't work with them towards becoming leaders, you are going to have a team of followers, crawlers, and your business will remain on the ground. Sponsoring involves nurturing and developing leadership qualities in your team. As their sponsor, you want to encourage them to take up leadership roles. This is the only way they can grow their business. This is what contributes to the overall growth and sustainability of your organization. When the people in your team are all followers, you don't work with them to become leaders. You don't have a team. Now, you must understand that the day you set your hand on the plow to build leaders, the day you set your hand on the plow to build leaders and you look back, you are not worthy of being called a leader. A leader does not look back, a leader looks forward. You will encounter teammates you sponsor who will break your heart. Some of them will be insultive, some of them will not want to listen to you, but you also meet those who are ready to grow. Your job is to sieve these people. Yes, you are sponsoring everyone, but not everyone is going to be a leader. Identify the leaders and work with them to grow your business. Number 7, relationship management. Sponsoring is an ongoing process that involves maintaining strong relationships with your teammates. So for that to happen, you need to regularly communicate with them, provide support, address concerns, and of course, you have to celebrate their achievement. All these are parts of effectively sponsoring teammates and keeping the relationship growing. You want to be in a relationship with these people because these people, for crying out loud, are members of your board of directors. The people you sponsor are members of your board of directors. If you know you cannot have a good rapport, you don't have a good rapport with somebody, there's no need sponsoring the person. You don't sponsor somebody that says, how can I talk to this person? This person has body odor. You have to bear that body odor. You sponsor him already. So you want to, as a matter of fact, understand that you have to build a very cordial relationship with the people you sponsor into the business and manage that relationship. Number 8 is long-term success. Successful sponsoring is not just about recruiting people. We've mentioned that a number of times, right? It's not just about recruiting a large number of people, but also about helping your teammates achieve their goals and find success in network marketing in the long run. You're not asking them to come and build something that is going to crash. You want to be able to build a business with them that will stand the test of time for many years to come, a business that will outgrow them. And you can only achieve this by focusing on growth and success. So focus on them. Let the focus be on them. Think about their growth. Think about their success. Think about the strategies you use so that you can have long-term success in the business. And this is why in our team, we have developed our system, we have solidified our system, and we have set a system with which you can build a business that cannot crash. So the question is, why should you sponsor properly? Why? It is a vital aspect of network marketing, and it drives the expansion and growth of your team and organization. That's why you want to sponsor properly, because you want to take the work away from you. You cannot do it on your own. When you sponsor very well, you create a friendly environment, a positive and supportive environment where your teammates can thrive, because everybody knows what needs to be done. The business is no longer going to be such a very huge task for you anymore. That's why you want to sponsor well. When you sponsor well, you free yourself. You begin to create leverage income. You're no longer creating active income by working. Your team begins to do what you are doing. So how do you sponsor effectively in our business group? How? This is where you want to pay attention, right? How do you sponsor effectively in our business group? Your first step to sponsoring starts from the welcome call. The call you make to the new teammate who just joined your business, right? That is where it starts from. Now, I want you to also understand this. When your teammates, when your downline sign up somebody in their warm market, yes, they are the sponsors, but you should be the one to do that welcome call, right? The welcome call should be done by the first most effective leader in the upline. Do the welcome call on behalf of those who have joined your business. They say the prophet is not accepted in his own home. I cannot sign my brother into the business today, and then I go to the office and I take a phone, I call my brother, I start speaking phone to him. It doesn't work that way. So you do the call. You who is working to be a leader, do the call and use our welcome script for welcoming a new distributor. How does it go? Good morning. My name is Tunde. I'm reaching you from the Champions Business Group or from the Nigeria Business Mastery Group, the La Buena Vida, whichever campaign name you are using. I believe I'm speaking to Mr. Prospect, right? Mr. Prospect, this call is basically to congratulate you on your decision to sign up into the most beautiful business on earth. As a leader in your upline, it is my job to work with you and help you build the base on which your business is going to grow over the next 45 days. Don't cram the script. Have the script in front of you when you make the welcome call. And note, I am saying 45 days because the prospect needs to understand that there is a timer counting down. If he does not pay attention to the business, that timer will time out. We cannot leave open-ended for him, right? Our business is 8-year-old friendly. What that means is that even an 8-year-old child can create massive success in this business by simply following the simple system we have laid down. I will guide you over the next 45 days as together we build this amazing business. Understand that you must be the one to make the time to run this business with us. We need him to understand that because there are many people who come in and they claim to be busier than time itself. So you have to make them understand they must be the one to make the time. The next 45 days would be the most crucial as we take you through the initials of the business. I will strongly suggest you do all in your power to not make excuses during this phase of your business because your success in the business will to a large extent be determined by the activities of the next 45 days. So you tell him that. You continue. We have two important startup activities you need to engage in over the next few days. These activities are designed to give your business a solid foundation on which to grow. The first activity is the Quick Start Guide, known as the QSG. This activity is meant to help you expand upon the knowledge you have about this business and also to show you more ways you can earn in the business. It is a compulsory activity in the business and holds on Monday by 5 p.m. You give him the time your IPO holds in the office, right? You continue. The second activity is the initial planning orientation known as the IPO. This activity is where we launch your business and give you the tools required to build your business successfully and connect you to our system which drives the business. This activity holds on Wednesday by 5 p.m. You can see you are setting his pace for him and scheduling him into the proper meetings. Those of you who are not doing this thing, you know why your team is not growing. These activities are part of the foundation of an effective business, and making excuses why you cannot attend any of them will only retard your business growth. We understand you are busy, but you must place these activities as priority. If not, you will never find the time to attend the program. I know you have questions to ask, Mr. Prospect. However, we will take your questions during the Quick Start Guide session. Congratulations, Mr. Prospect. God bless. You're done with your welcome call. If 100 people sign up into your team and you are the only effective leader above them, you should make 100 of these calls. This call alone will increase the way the people see, or will increase the seriousness with which people see our business and make them pay attention to you and to when you are inviting them to come do the activities of the business. So what are the roles of an effective sponsor? The first thing you do as a sponsor is to welcome them to the team properly. Welcome them using the welcome message, right? Introduce them to your leaders physically or do a conference call if they're out of town. When you sponsor someone well, that person won't be a burden. So you bring somebody into your business, the next thing you want to do is to connect the person to the people in the team. That's why we have what we call word round in our business. When we sponsor people, we take them from office to office, show them around. So when you do that, that person will not be a burden. Connect the person to your leader. When you sponsor someone, it is your job to ensure that the person attends the QSG, IPO, and is guided through the SMO checklist. It is not the job of your upline. It is your job as the sponsor to do that. Understand and know what your job is so that when you sign up somebody, you're not running from pillar to post. So you learn the required skills. It is your job to emphasize the importance and benefits of attending the IPO and to ensure they attend the IPO and not just attend the IPO, attend the IPO on time. It is your job as their sponsor. Because if you don't get them to attend the IPO, you are only going to increase the burden on you, and you find it difficult running the business. It is your job to plug them into the Kingsman's Academy and ensure they understand the mindset behind the Kingsman's project. It's your job. If you don't know that job, go and learn it. Every part of what we are training here is shown in the masterclass courses we are running in the cell meetings. It is your job to connect them to the cell meeting on their completing the incubator week program and ensure they understand the importance of the cell meetings and commit to it. It is your job. It's your job. Even if some of these things have to be done by your team leader, it is your job to get them to your team leader or to remind your team leader to do what needs to be done. Your team leader is working with 50 people, 100 people. So you don't expect them to remember everything. From nowhere, someone will just say, they have not given me the reservation code. I've been asking for the last 10 years, and you've never told the leader about it. Help them get their tools. We're not saying buy their tools for them, but we're saying ensure they get their tools. Ensure they get their hardcover notebook. If you're in this cell meeting and you're not using the hardcover notebook to take notes, I wonder what you are doing. I have my notebooks I have used in taking notes over the years are over 10. I wonder what you are doing. You're not taking notes. You just come in the cell meeting every day. You just watch like a movie and you walk away. They say the faintest ink is sharper than the sharpest memory. Get the 2023 diary. Ensure they get it. Ensure they have their SMO checklist. Ensure they have the 555 worksheet. Ensure they have a WhatsApp-enabled phone. It is your job. Ensure they have the success manual with their scripts. Now, if they have a phone, make sure their WhatsApp is installed on the phone and make sure they are joined to the group. If they don't have a phone, work with them to do the business and make it important for them to understand that the moment they make the first amount of money, cumulatively, they can get them a good WhatsApp, Android phone, smartphone, they go buy one. They don't go and take it and start going to buy whatever they want to buy. Get a WhatsApp phone, right? Understand that clearly. Review their core task with them, the 150 name list. Make sure they do the 150 name list. Those core tasks that are listed in the SMO checklist. It is your job to make sure that they run the SMO checklist. Supervise and see if they listed it alphabetically or selectively. So don't ensure they do their name list alphabetically. How we ask them to do it in the IPO. Ensure they watch the IPO a couple of times and understand the content of the IPO. As part of our SMO checklist, you're supposed to watch the IPO 4 times, attend the IPO 4 times. If you don't pass your people through 4 IPOs, how will you succeed? Because they wouldn't know. You expect them to know everything to do under one IPO session, in one IPO session. It doesn't work like that. So they have to go through to know what to do better. They say repetition breeds mastery. Repetition breeds perfection. When your downlines you sponsor go out to fill the questionnaires, you, the sponsor, will call the people they know. You will call their own people they know from their questionnaires and even from their list. You will call the people they know for them. If you have a large team, pair them up with accountability partners and ensure they both make the calls. So if you have a lot of people come in, you can mix them up. Okay, you call for this person, you call for this person, but monitor to ensure they're making the right calls. Work with your downlines to call the people they don't know. They learn how to do the business when you give them challenges. Challenge them, but don't be pushy, don't be overbearing. Remember, they are still babies. They are still emerging active partners. As emerging active partners, we don't force them to do anything. They are under no obligation to do anything. If these people decide they don't want to make money in the business, it is entirely up to them. But we show them what needs to be done. We challenge them to do what needs to be done. If anyone raises the head up and said, here I am, help me. Here I am, show me how to do this. You grab the person, you raise the person up, and you work with that person. It is your job as the sponsor to show them how to make the questionnaire calls properly. It's your job to teach your teammates how to make the calls properly, right? They are also the one to make their third-party calls for them. Make their third-party calls for them. Some people sponsor people and you don't make any calls for them. You just sponsor them and you leave them like that. How do you expect them to succeed? You are the one to organize their home business sessions with them and you teach them how to do it. And you make sure they organize the home business sessions within the first 7 days. You also make sure they organize 4 home business sessions the first 4 weeks of joining the business. The home business session is our business connection session. That's what we're talking about, right? The business connection session. That is our home meeting. That's what we're talking about. So ensure that that is done so that they can show the business to the people they know, the people that live around them, and they can begin to build. Teach them how to make the brand launch calls. Don't just tell them, go and make the call. Give them a script, go and make the call. Teach them how to make the calls. When they invite people for brand launch and people attend, for their warm market prospects, make the follow-up call for them. It is your responsibility. If your downline does home launch and people attend, it is not their responsibility to start calling up to follow up on their people. It is your responsibility as their sponsor to follow up on their people. Even if they call the people into their homes and play the video for them, at the end of playing the video for these people, they will put their names together and send the names to them, to you, who is their sponsor. It is your responsibility as a sponsor to make the calls and follow up on them, because the Bible says the prophet is not accepted in his own home. So if you want people to be productive, you must do a lot of calls for them, and they will learn and they will do for others who join their business. So you must understand that the key to success in our business is the SMO checklist. This is our system. Work the SMO checklist with your downlines and help them sign up 5 people within their first 5 weeks. That is the target. As you are working through the incubation program, your target is to work to raise and connect 5 people. Let that be what is uppermost in your mind. Work with them to connect 5. Don't just sit down, fold your hands, and expect a miracle. This should be target for your new downlines. Let them know that is the target. Show them the relevant things they need to do to start off their new downlines immediately the person joins. Don't waste time. When you attend trainings, don't make the mistake of being outside during trainings. When you are attending meetings, sell meetings on Zoom or physically or wherever you're attending your meeting, don't be outside the meeting. Outside the meeting can mean you connected a sell meeting, you left the phone, and you went to do some other thing. You are discussing with some other people. You are not in the meeting. You are outside the meeting. Remember that when you are not leading the charge in your team, you don't have a team. When you are leading the charge, it is you people. You are always looking for who to blame. You don't have a team. You cannot grow a team. A leader is someone who leads people. If you say you're a leader, and you're not leading anybody, you're only taking a stroll. Ensure your downlines have access to our trainings. And you find our trainings on my YouTube channel, Kelechi Anodere, that's my name. You find our trainings there. And you want to direct them to the proper training so that they don't run all over the place. Looking for trainings that don't matter. The core trainings we're going to be using in our cell meetings are trainings these people need to be able to access. Ensure you are not the primary person everyone is looking at. The focus should not be on you. The focus should be on the system. The focus should be on the system, not on you. If you want to build a good business, it's not about you. It's about the system. And even in the course of doing all that, never hold yourself responsible or never feel guilty for a downline's incompetence or failure in the business. Never hold yourself responsible. Some people will not just give it what it takes to succeed. Some people will be lazy. Some people will make excuses. Some people will do whatever they want to do. So don't bother about them. You know where you're going to. So when a new partner joins you, what do you do? What do you do when a new partner joins your business? What do you do? Pay attention. Within the first 72 hours of the new partner joining, get them to attend the QSG class within 72 hours. The QSG is a second exposure, and it gives a new partner a bigger picture of what they are presented or showed, right? Get them to attend the QSG. Get them to attend the nearest IPO available to them. If the IPO training is more than 72 hours away, send them the IPO video to watch and follow up with a regular or WhatsApp call and discuss the learning points with them. Now listen carefully. If you signed up somebody through an office meeting around where you are, let them come to the office for IPO. Do not book them for Zoom IPO. The only people you book for Zoom IPO are people who are in an environment where you don't have an office. Those are the ones that you can send to Zoom for IPO. But every other person you signed up, bring the person into the office for a physical IPO. Something happens when they pay transport and come to the office, when they drive themselves to the office, when they make out that time to come. Some of them say they are doing the IPO and you plug them in on Zoom and they just connect on Zoom and they walk away. They go to whatever it is they are doing. So make use of the office programs. Ensure they attend their next IPO in person, right? So even if the person attends IPO on Zoom, the next one, if the person is available, make sure you bring the person in. Ensure you do a thorough job here, because the IPO training lays the foundation for using our system. It is the base on which your business is going to grow. If you are building a really tall building, then you need a really powerful and strong foundation. Now, within the first 48 to 72 hours, you want to plug them into our engagement structure, full-time, part-time, spare time. Ensure they tell you how they want to work with us and document it. So let the person say it, explain to them who the full-timer is. The full-timer works 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the office every day. Who is the part-timer? The part-timer shows up 2 times to 5 times a week, depending on what they want. And for each time they show up, they put in 3 hours a week, 3 hours a day to work with us. Part-timers show up from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Under special consideration, we can get a 3 hours period for some people. But it's basically 4 to 7 because we don't want them to disturb the activities of full-timers. And of course, we have the spare timers. The spare timers show up once a week on Thursday or Fridays. They essentially come sit down for 3 hours and do bliss call with us. That's all they do. And they walk away. So whatever they say, however they want to function, write it down, document it. Within the first 72 hours, this should be done because time is counting. We need to generate a person to join them within 7 days. Add them to the WhatsApp business groups and explain to them the groups you're adding them to and the benefits. Explain to them this group, this happens in this group, this happens in this group, right? This is why I'm adding you into the group. Then you add them. Don't just add them. They come there, they're not asking, who added me here? Who added me here? Get them to request for their reservation code with their full names. If they're not on WhatsApp, request for the code for them with their names and send it to them via SMS. Very important. Get them to fill out the expectation management form if it's available there. Review the form with them. If they're outside your location, send them a copy of the blank form. Get them to print it, make a copy, fill it, and send you a picture of the form and review it accordingly. So we're going to make the expectation management form available and send that to people so that people can use that and use it to, review the people they signed up. Because people come into this business with weird expectations. Somebody says, I came into this business to become a millionaire. I want to start doing 5 million naira every month, and I'm going to put just 1 hour a week. And I want to start making that kind of money in 3 weeks or in 3 months. So the guy comes in, he wants to start making 1 million, 5 million naira in a month, and he only wants to put 1 hour a day, and wants to start making the money 1 hour a week, wants to start making the money in 3 months. That's in 12 hours of doing the business. He should be making 5 million naira a month. So you need to help people set their expectations right. Have them open an Access account, Access bank account if they don't have one. Make sure they open an Access bank account. I'm laying out what you need to do with your people so that you can link their accounts to their DTC. That's within the first 72 hours. Within the first 7 days, you should have sent them their login details for their DTC via SMS. Use the approved template. You have a template that contains their username, their password, and the website for logging in, right? So you can also send them a guide on how to update their details, what they need to do, and log in and confirm they've updated their details properly. Yes, you can update for them, but let them do it on their own. Also let them know they don't have to change the passwords, right? So once they have done it for themselves, guess what? They'll be able to do it and help their downline. Ensure they pick up their product packs. Ensure they pick up their packs. Ensure they get their packs as fast as possible. If products are available, collect what's available and send to them. And let them know that they have back order. You can send them, give them their receipts too. So that anytime they want to have the product, they can come pick up their back order. And you want to avoid sending your people to the company, to AIM Global. Avoid that as much as you can. As much as you can, avoid it. Especially those of us who sign people who are not within our location, or even sign people who are in locations where the company is. What you want to do is to get the products yourself and send to them. It might cost you a little, but it will save your neck, because so many of them, when they go to the company, they meet dream killers there. They meet poachers. They meet people who are just hanging there, looking for somebody they will just wreck and steal as a distributor. They tell them that you are not capable, you don't know how to run the business, and for what's happening, they sign them up again under themselves. So you want to avoid that happening. So protect your team, protect your people, protect them like a chicken protects the chicks. Don't just send them anywhere. If it means you collecting the product in Abuja and sending it to them in Lagos, we know there's an office in Lagos, do that to protect them. So ensure they get their products. Get them to fill the account linking form within 7 days. Then submit on their behalf and let them know it takes about 5 to 10 working days for that account to be linked if there are no challenges, right? Before you even register them, let them send you an account number they have. If they don't have AIM Global at that point in time, send you an account number they have. And use that account number and do as if you want to, and try to send 10 naira to the account. You will see their proper name appear. That is the name you send to us for encoding. That is the name we will be registering. Because if the person's name is John Bala Ade, and you just send John Ade, and in the bank, his BVN carries John Bala Ade, it will never connect. It will never connect. The 3 names must be there. So you want to check what is there. Some people, they will put John Bala A in the bank, and then they are giving us John Bala Ade to link. They are not the same name. The system will not work, will not link it up. So we need to register what is connected to their BVN. So that is the name you will give us for linking. I hope you're understanding. Show you how you sponsor your people well. Supervise them, or have a leader supervise them and plug them into the Bliss call session of the team to make their first big announcement. The big announcement is the system we use in inviting people to our home meetings and to come for some of our meetings too, for the fresh people. So, and we run what we call Bliss call sessions. Bliss call sessions is where we come sit down on Thursday and Friday and we make a large volume of calls at the same time. So you want your people to come. You want to make sure that they come there and get somebody to supervise them. Within the first 30 days, ensure they have started attending the masterclass session, right? That holds on Saturday. Review the SMO checklist with them once a week and guide them on the next steps. Ensure they are connected to the eligibility link. If your teammates don't have eligibility link, open an eligibility link for them so that they can use this eligibility link and prospect online. And as people share the information, share the link, they have more people coming into their funnel. Pair them with members, with other team members as accountability partners, and encourage them to build a relationship with other team members. You don't just pair them with any Tom, Dick, or Harry you see. You pair them with people who are smart and forward thinking. And even though you pair them, keep your eyes on them, right? Keep your eyes on them. Get them to start contributing financially towards team events, no matter how little the amount might be. Somebody who is contributing 1,000 naira to team event will take that event more serious than somebody who is doing nothing. And you're not giving them any particular amount, right? Just tell them why they need to do it. It's good for business, right? They're learning to become more responsible. Get them to encash from their DTC, no matter how small the amount is. Success, no matter how little, is a great confidence booster. It's as simple as that. Because you see, there are lots of people who come in and they say, I don't want to remove my money yet. I want my money to become 1 million naira before I remove. No, who are you? Who is pulling who? Make sure you collect the money and see that this money is real money, not audio money. And the feeling will be different. Next steps. Celebrate their successful completion of the SMO checklist. When your downline has completed the SMO checklist and gotten the required results, met the requirements, your downline is now a Kingsman. You want to celebrate them, right? We're doing the Kingsman induction soon. How many of your downlines who have become Kingsmen will be inducted? How many of your downlines who are active partners will be inducted? You need to celebrate them. Little successes like this, celebrate them. Run the champion duplication model with them. Prepare them for the next step, for leadership, rank advancement, millionaire circle. Get your teammates to start maintaining their accounts so that they can advance in rank to become silver executive, gold executive, global ambassador, and open up other avenues of making money. Plug them into the team project when announced. Right now, we are running the Mauritius project for qualification. Plug them into the project. Are you the only one that wants to qualify on that trip to Mauritius? No, your teammates want to do it. For some of you, ever since this thing was mentioned yesterday, you have not even had any conversation with anybody in your team about qualifying, whether they want to qualify, or you have not even had a conversation with your own self if you even want to qualify. I want to tell you, trips keep on coming over and over and over again. Those who build the base of their business well can never miss trips, because those businesses that they are building well under them will always help them in qualifying. Monitor and guide them as they complete the 555 worksheet. The 555 worksheet is designed to be completed in 5 weeks by any serious-minded teammate, right? 5 weeks, that's the duration. The worksheet is not designed to be completed at any point in time you like. There's a time interval to it. It is important you work with your connectors to the 4th generation. You don't assume your teammates have been fully sponsored until you have built 4 generations deep. And I will explain what I mean by 4 generations, right? This is what the structure of duplication is. This is what it means when I talk about 4 generations. You up there, you work to connect 5 people, right? You don't stop there. You work with your 5 to connect their own 5. You teach them how to connect their own 5. You work with them to connect their own 5. Now, if one of those your 5 is not serious, you go down and you work directly with somebody under them. And you still work with your 5 to teach their own 5 how to connect their own 5. Now you will have 25 under you. And of course, your level 1 people are all Kingsmen at this stage. It still does not end there. You will still work with your 5, teach them how to teach their own 5, to work with their own 5, to recruit 5. So what I'm saying is this: you work with each of your own 5 you connected yourself, and you teach them how to connect their 555, how to rather teach their 555, to teach their 25 to connect 125 in all. So you are teaching your level 1 people to teach their level 1 people to teach their level 1 people to connect their own level 1 people. Those are your level 4 people. When you sponsor 4 levels deep, you have a very broad, powerful, stable business. Don't just work with the people on your level 1 and you abandon the whole thing there. No, you want to make sure they produce results. You want to also work with those who are inside there to produce more results. This is how you build a team. In building your organization, build deep and create sponsorship lines. You want to focus on working with a sponsorship line for 3 to 6 months. Those 5 people work with them for at least 6 months. This is like creating fire in the people connected to those sponsorship lines. Your business cannot remain the same if you do that, because now they are seeing results. People stay in this business for very small results. So as you work with them down these sponsorship lines, you are creating a character of duplication. So the secret ingredient of our business is torchlight your business. Torchlight your business using the KPI, the key performance indicator. Key is used in opening something. A key gives you access, right? So the KPI is a key performance indicator. So it is the access to see how your team is performing, how your business is performing. It's like a traffic light indicating shining. Without that indicator, nobody will know whether you're going left or right. So you want your business to be something predictable. You want to be able to look at your business and say, okay, in the next 2 years, this is what I expect from my business. You can't do that if you don't have KPI. If you don't KPI your business, if you don't keep your records, if you don't submit your records. So what do? Never leave anything to chance. Numbers don't lie. Never leave anything to chance. Work your numbers. Don't just invite 5 people and say, I have invited 5 people, anyone that comes. It doesn't work that way. You can never be as productive as somebody who is doing 100. We tell you that if you want to build a formidable business as a full-timer, you must make 100 calls every day, minimum 100 calls every day. Some full-timers go as much as 150 calls in a day. If you're a part-timer and you show up to do your business for 3 hours, you must be able to make between 30 to 50 calls every day. Numbers don't lie. They say if you throw enough mud on the wall, some of it will stick. If you don't track your business, darkness flourishes in your team. You wouldn't know when things are going wrong until they have gone wrong. Somebody is becoming disgruntled. He's beginning to spread, what's that grammar again? Negativity through your team. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because you're not tracking your team. You wouldn't know your teammates are not doing well. You wouldn't know results are not coming until you begin to KPI. You will see your people showing up every day. You think they're doing business. But when you KPI, you look at their results, you see that these guys are doing nothing. They're not making calls. And no wonder they're not making money. Don't assume your teammates know what to do. Show them until they get it. And then keep showing them until it becomes a culture. Even at that, keep promoting the culture. So when you start working with your team, people that you have sponsored into the business, don't assume they know what to do. No matter how sharp they are, don't assume they know what to do. Some of them will tell you, no, I get it now, I understand. Don't assume. Make sure you are there. Put your eye in there. It is your business. The money from there will take care of your family, feed your children, pay their fees, pay your rent, build your house, buy your cars. The money from the business. Don't leave it in the hand of somebody who is I too know. Do the paperwork of your business. All businesses require certain levels of documentation. Document your business. That's the KPI we talk about. Document it. How many people attended your presentation that day? How many calls were made in your team that day? How many follow-up calls were made in your team that day? How many presentations held in your team that day? How many people joined the business that day? How many people made full payments? How many people made part payments? How many people attended your sale meeting? How many people did know your numbers? It is business. It might sound overwhelming to some people. That is fine. If all you want to do is to make 50K, 100K, it's okay for you. But you want to get to 7-figure level, 8-figure level monthly, you must do the paperwork. You want to make 1 million, 5 million, 10 million naira in a month, and you don't want to do the paperwork. Don't let laziness destroy your business. Success is not achieved on a platter of laziness. You can look for reasons why you cannot do it. But in the end, for you to succeed, you must do the business. The KPI enables you to focus on income-producing activities in your team and properly track their numbers. Without the KPI, you are building a business that will crash eventually. It's like you're running a bank without records. How will the bank grow? The bank will crash. Somebody will put 10,000 naira and come there and collect 10 million naira. You're not keeping records. So for those of you who your teammates, leaders are telling, send me your report, send me your report, send me your report. It's as if they are putting a stone on your neck, as if they're bothering you. They're only helping your ministry. They like you more than you like yourself. That's why they're helping you. When you are telling somebody, send me your KPI, you like that person more than the person even likes himself. If that person likes himself, the person will send his KPI before you ask. If I have to ask you, send me your KPI, it means I like you more than you like yourself. Your KPI is supposed to come to your leader on time, every time. Your personal KPI and the KPI of your team. So know the game we play. The game we play is the Kingsman's project. We're in the business of raising Kingsmen. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Without the Kingsmen, your business have little or no chance of survival. It's like an army without frontline soldiers. Generals don't fight wars. The generals lead from the back. How many generals do you even have in an army? The Kingsmen are the ones that go out there and do battle. Kingsmen provide your business with modular growth. What do you mean by modular growth? You, as a Kingsman, you have secured your team and you are building people to become Kingsmen. That's what you are doing. As you are building Kingsmen, you are raising your team. Your team is expanding. on blocks of Kingsmen. That's modular growth. These are the Kingsmen. These Kingsmen are people who eventually rise in the business and become the leaders in the business. They're the cash flow arm of your team. Imagine you have 50 Kingsmen in your team. Imagine you have 100 Kingsmen in your team. Why do you think for our qualification for the Mauritius project, we expect you to raise 40 Kingsmen within the qualification period? Why do you think so? Because these are the cash flow arm of your team. Do you know what 40 Kingsmen can do for your business? If you know what 40 Kingsmen can do for your business, you will make sure you qualify for the trip. You understand that it's not just about the trip. It's about what becomes of your business in the course of qualifying for the trip. 40 Kingsmen. Now you're not going out there to chase 40 Kingsmen. What do? You are building 5 Kingsmen. And you're working with your 5 Kingsmen to build each of their own 5 Kingsmen. You're working with those ones to build their own 5 Kingsmen. Everybody is thinking in terms of 5 Kingsmen. And before you shout Jack Robinson, you have already raised 40 Kingsmen. Who is a Kingsman? A Kingsman is somebody who has connected 5 people, each of them have connected just 1 person each. Each of them have activated. Just connected 1 person each. And the person has 3 accounts running. So there's nothing complicated in raising a Kingsman. Nothing. From 1 home meeting, you connect somebody. If you do 1 meeting with that person, you will definitely activate that person. The only problem is that most of you don't do the activities. You don't invite with them seriously. All you need to activate is 1 person. Are you saying you don't have 1 human being on planet Earth who can sign up into your team? It's not possible. The only way it's going to happen is if you're not doing what needs to be done. You build on 5 legs as you start your business. As your teammates start their business, work on 5 legs with them and work on those 5 legs to become Kingsmen. And I love to tell you this. If you want to recruit a very effective Kingsman in your team, become the Kingsman you want to recruit first. Don't go out there chasing Kingsmen all over the place. You can be the number 1 in your team. The most effective Kingsman in your team should be you. So recruit yourself first. So remember that effective sponsoring results in duplication. You can recruit large numbers of people with turnovers, but you can never build a large organization that way. As people are coming and going, you have a lot of attention. No. Large organization equal people duplicating. And for you to duplicate it, you must have been sponsored very well. Large organization equal people duplicating. When you sponsor people effectively, you reduce the attrition rate in our profession. When you sponsor someone into the business, spend 100% of your time with the person you sponsor. This reduces after they become Kingsmen. They then get to spend 100% of their own time with their own new partners. You want to get to work with them. You want to get close to them. You want to raise them. Of course, you are using the engagement structure with them, right? If you keep on doing the sponsoring without your team sponsoring, you are only adding and subtraction. You're only adding and subtracting. Multiplication requires duplication requires multiplication. So for you to duplicate, you should be multiplying your team. Your team should be multiplying, should be doubling every week. It's not just adding, subtracting. You recruit the person goes, you recruit the person goes, you recruit the person goes. You can't build the business that way. You get tired out, right? So how many of you want to start making big bucks this year? I have one advice to you, and that advice is start attracting money instead of chasing it. Like one of my leaders will say, Pharmacist Oni, money is like a mischievous cat. Money is like a mischievous cat. If you chase it around the neighborhood, it eludes you. It hides up a tree, behind the rose bush, or in the garden, jumps into the other compound. However, if you ignore money and focus on if you ignore the cat rather, and focus on what attracts the cat, it comes to you and sits on your laps. You bait the cat, you put what it needs, you hold it, the cat will come and climb your laps. Focus on becoming an effective sponsor instead of chasing 7,000 naira matching bonus. If you focus on being an effective sponsor, working with your people, you will produce more results than you can possibly dream of. You will not lose teammates and your team will continue to expand. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we all know now how to effectively sponsor for maximum productivity. Let us use this and build the business that we are truly worthy of, right? Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you.